Okay, hi guys. I'm coming back because I just really remembered one of the most important things that I want to bring up. And I talked about this on Twitter. So if you saw my Twitter, this is going to be a repeat of that. But like, have we not learned? Okay, like I'm a younger millennial. I'm like a border Gen Z millennial, but I was always taught never put anything in writing ever. Never put anything in writing that you don't want published on the front page of the paper in your town, in your city, on the Wall Street Journal, on the Washington Post, on the New York Post. D- do these girlies not know? Like all the reactors in that Discord? Like, are you unaware of that? How dumb could you be? Like, lack of judgment. Like, do we not all like that's how I approach life? Like, I'm not gonna put anything in writing. I'm not comfortable, even like in group chats, even with friends, because like you never know. Things get misconstrued. You never know when you want to run for office. Not saying I want to. I'm just saying, like, you never know, like, how the future turns out, or like what gets leaked, or if you become a YouTuber or whatever. Mind you, like, Rachel's doing all of this knowing, like, Rachel has come onto the scene later than a lot of other reactors. So, like, we have seen the rise and the fall of reactors. So, like, we know a lot of the pitfalls, and I'm sure she's observed it as a viewer in the past. So, I don't know, like, how did she not know that? Also, like, I did click on the video that I just said I wasn't going to watch, and she's wearing what looks like, it's probably fake, but it's like a diamond necklace. I've not clicked on any of it. I'm just going through the comments because it's like kind of, or the comments are crazy. Should we look at the comments? Like, let's look at the comments, you guys. Like, I'm like so annoying. I was like, I'm not going to watch it, and now I'm like watching it. Okay. I might put this like at the start of the video. Should I put this at the start? Like, it'll be so confusing. But like, you guys know, right? Like, that's what you guys watch me and you know. Like, you know, like, it's chaotic here. It's hectic. Okay, so this is the most recent video from Rachel addressing the allegations. I don't really care about the video. I haven't watched it. I just clicked into it after saying I was going to click into it. But it's not from my premium account. So we're just going to look at the comments because I immediately run to the comments. Rachel, the queen of doing the right thing the last minute after we realized her BS. I mean, this is what I said. It's better than never doing the right thing, though. Okay, true. Oh, actually worse. I don't know. I could be swayed either way, I guess. Having a philosophy degree while acting like a high school mean girl is wild. I mean, there's no correlation. There's plenty of people with advanced degrees that are ridiculous, and people that have no degrees that are more mature, humble, wise, prudent, all the things. Look, I'm gonna keep 100% with you. There is only so many times you can do the wrong thing before it's considered your default personality. I agree. I agree. Everyone who comes on here to talk about morbidly obese women are indeed looking to get paid. That's not what bothers. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, we all understand in the community, like, we know what we're here, what we're doing. Okay, we know what we're getting. We know what we're laughing about. Like, we know that it's silly and it's petty. It's like, don't try to take like a moral stance and then backtrack. Like, come on. I agree with this person. What bothers us is how you went about it. This may be a job, but it's not supposed to be that deep. You guys, I don't know if I'm going to put this at the start of the video or at the end, but I talk about all of this. If this is a start, I literally talk about all of this. 1 hour ago, you were being bitchy in Salty's comments, and we're supposed to see this and be like, wow, so sincere. Girl is more broken than Amber's dangling ankle. I think flirting so you can make more money is totally normal. Weird. Yeah, weird. A snowflake? I don't really watch Snowflake. I get a weird aura. Okay, this is not shade. I'm just saying I'm allowed as a private citizen. Well, I'm not a private citizen. I'm a YouTuber. I got a strange aura, and I wouldn't be shocked if something came out, but I have nothing to back this up. I don't watch him. Don't, like, go to his channel and, like, say this. I just get a strange aura. I don't know. You can't really put people on trial for a strange aura. I'm sure some people think I have a weird aura. Girl, now you're being obtuse. Obtuse purple juice? Green shake, chocolate shake? You guys know what I'm thinking about, right? I didn't even get the lyrics right. That's such an underused word, like obtuse. I'm gonna start people like calling people obtuse. Like, you're being fucking obtuse. Obtuse ass bitch. That's like good for Chantal, right? You're being obtuse. We all get that wiping my tears with money had nothing to do with Becky. It was about your character. Period. Exactly. This commentator. Exactly. I mean, yeah, commenter. Are you supposed to be singing all of this into a ukulele is crazy. It's giving Miranda sings. Charlie Gold was the one who tweeted it, by the way, guessing Rachel did not want to clarify so people couldn't go see the screenshots. Charlie has twisted absolutely nothing. You claiming that with no proof is insane. So true. So true. No more manipulation, Rachel Lynn. The comments are brutal. Absolutely brutal. Wait, Just Jamie. Oh my god, I love Just Jamie. I'm one of Just Jamie's biggest fans. I speaking of parasocial, I have a parasocial relationship with Just Jamie because in the Twitch, I always see Just Jamie. Like, I love Just Jamie's comments. So, like, I had a parasocial relationship with Just Jamie before she even knew I existed. So, oh my god, if you're watching this right now. Just Jamie says, Discord are not private if there is more than one person in it. Facts! The people who are upset about their faces not being censored should have remembered that and not said what they did in a non-private place. Exactly. It is kind of giving, like, when you get caught saying something, you know, like when the, like, town council members or whatever, like, they get recorded saying something offensive and then they're like, well, we didn't know we were being recorded. That's like the least of your problems. Like, what you said was the actual issue. So, getting reamed. What's this thing with salty crab? I'm gonna have to go check that out because I have no idea what this is in reference to, but this is not looking good. I don't know how to end this because I don't know if I'm gonna put this in the start or the end, but hello. Thanks for watching. Continue watching. Goodbye. Take care. Love you. Good day. Hi guys, welcome back to Falafel Reacts. Thank you so much for being here on this channel. We react to gorlworld content and occasionally scammers, scamathons, scamming, scamation, scamatrons, scantrons, and I fear today, like today specifically, as it relates to a scam, I fear that the call is coming from inside the house, not my house. Not my house. It's not working in my house because I never moved into that house. So when I joined the reactor community, I actually didn't move into, there's like a hype house, like a reactor house. I never moved into that because I don't know, like I like, you know, a little separation from my work. Like I want to support my colleagues, my coworkers. I want them to thrive. I want them to get a bonus. Like, yes, get your merit raise, get your cost of living increase. Like, yes, like we are trying to unionize. I'm still trying to get us all reactors unionized. It's a work in progress. You know, there's differing opinions. But having said that, I still didn't move into the reactor house because I'm like, I like you guys. I want to root for you, but I don't want to live with you. Okay. Like I'm not trying to live with my coworkers because also like some of them I don't like. Like, I'm sorry. Like some of them I just don't like. So I'm not going to move in with you. I don't want to live with you. But the call came from inside their house. Yeah. I am, in fact, discussing the whole Rachel drama of it all. For those that don't know, Rachel is is still a Amberlynn Reid reaction channel, but was like getting very successful very quickly. And I had talked about them positively before on my channel. They do very detailed, very well-researched, well-documented, long videos as it relates to Amberlynn. The research is there. Rachel is her name. Rachel Reacts is the channel. And I guess her whole take is that she's a philosophy graduate that does this kind of reaction. I don't know how that degree helps that, but I always found that her content was like very academic. Like it was giving peer reviewed, it was giving official. So I don't know, I liked it. I appreciated that. So I actually did like her content. There were a few times where things got a little parasocial, but you know, by and far, I don't watch a ton of reactors, especially now. Like now that I film, I have even less time to watch Amberlynn foodie beauty content, like very, very little time. So I'm often out of the loop unless I go on Twitter. I wouldn't have found out about this unless I was on Twitter because I saw all of this go down on Charlie Gold's Twitter X account. So yeah, things got really parasocial really quickly, and we have officially entered lol cow territory. Like when the reactor starts becoming as ridiculous as the content, that's when you go downhill, in my opinion. And it often begins by getting parasocial. Okay, getting parasocial, like doing an interview on live stream is one thing. I don't agree with that, but that's like one thing. Like Jordy does that. Not my thing, but that's like one thing. It got really, really parasocial. I mean that Rachel was flirting with Emily to get information from Emily about Amber. And I don't think it was just flirting just to get information. I think it was flirting to flirt. Like, the plot has been lost. Like, absolutely ridiculous. We are going to go over some screenshots that I saw on Twitter. I don't know, like, I come on this platform and I call out scams and people that get weird, especially if it relates to money, raising money, saying you're going to donate it, getting weird with that. So the fact that it's someone from my own community, like, I'm not just going to not say anything just because they're a reactor. Like, all the telltale signs, like, if Chantal did what just happened, if Amber Lynn did what just happened, I would come on here and I would, like, be cussing them out, be dragging them. So I don't know that I'm going to cuss anyone out, but, or drag them even, really, but I'm just going to kind of, like, read the receipts of that so that we can discuss. You guys can let me know what you think. Please, like, don't go to anyone's channel and send them any kind of, like, hateful comments or call them out. Like, that's really not what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to discuss. Like, everything was put online and we're just going to discuss it. Oh my God, where do I even start, you guys? Okay, so let me take you to where we're at right now. When I said the call was coming from inside of the reactor house, what I was specifically referring to is that there is apparently a Discord of some Amberlyn Reed reactors that they talk to each other. I guess they run their mouths. Other reactors have since gotten involved because their names were in the thread. And so the way that they talk, the way that they joke around, I think Hecticana was one of them. I don't know, some other people. Whatever, like, nothing I read in there was, like, crazy controversial apart from what Rachel really said. And even that, like, in terms of crazy controversy, I don't know. But definitely, like, I would say lol cow behavior, because again, if one of the girls did this, we would be dragging them for it. So you guys will see. So this is the Discord. Oh my God, like, nothing good ever happens or comes from Discord. I am not part of any Discord in my personal, professional, YouTube side hustle life, okay? No, there's no Discord ever at all for me. So you can see here that I got these all from Twitter, by the way. Rachel says she sent me a video of her smoking. Who's she talking about? She's talking about Emily. First of all, why are we messaging people we're involved in? Like, conflict of interest. You cannot create the problem, the drama, and then come online and react to it. That's weird. That's weird. That's like you're manufacturing the issue and then manufacturing the solution and then getting money off of it. That's weird. That doesn't sit right with me personally. Am I going to do anything about it more than talk about it in this video? No. Okay, so Rachel's saying she sent me a video of smoking. Someone replied, I don't know who any of these other, I have no idea who Jawbone is. I don't know who any of these people are. Someone named Julia replied, that's weird. Oh, that feels like her dipping her toe into video calling. I flirted a little, not gonna lie, I wanted the tea. You're weird. This is weird. This is weird. This is, like, very, very weird. I don't believe, like, how can you even stomach it? Okay, like, she's a feeder. And by the way, on my channel, I kink shame. Like, I do. She's a feeder. That's weird. That's strange. That's odd. On top of the fact that she's shady as hell, like, Emily is just, like, a bad aura individual. Like, she went to reactors, she ran her mouth, she did this and that, and then she went back to Amberlyn a bunch of times. Like, you're weird, okay? Like, you have a child, shouldn't you, now granted you don't have custody for them, question mark, asterisk, have lots of questions, I don't really care about the answers for them, but shouldn't you be, like, reading parenting books? Shouldn't you be reading that book, How to Talk to Kids So That They'll Listen, or something like that? It's a great book. Shouldn't you be reading that book, like, figuring out, like, how to better yourself as a parent or a human being? No, you're, like, engaging in feederism. So first of all, you're weird. Like, do you guys not think that I couldn't message Salah, have a whole conversation with him knowing who I am? I could talk to him in Arabic. I could probably bring him on my channel, or Murad, or Ala. You guys, don't you guys think I could do that? Do the whole interview in Arabic, talk to them? Like, I'm sure they would be comfortable with me. I mean, I don't know. I can't guarantee, but I feel like they would because I'm Arab if I talk to them in Arabic and then translate it. I could do that, okay, and I could get, like, some cute number of views. But you have to set a boundary with yourself when you do something that involves an audience of people, because just because something might grab attention in the short term, if you want long term, in my opinion, if you want, like longevity on the internet, and if you want to create a community of people that like you and respect you and what you say, you have to go, like it's a marathon, right? It's not a sprint. So I don't know. On top of the fact that, in my opinion, based on what I observe, when you are a girl or like a woman in the reactor space, you get treated harsher, even by other women. So like I'm clocking myself too. I definitely feel like I used to react or respond more harshly to female reactors versus male reactors because Jordy gets very parasocial and does not get the reaction that Rachel is getting. So I do feel like as a woman in this space, you get treated harsher than a man. I feel like if you are overweight, you get treated way harsher. There's like this expectation that if you're overweight, you can't comment on someone else that's overweight, which is like, that's like the last thing we mention when it comes to the girls. I mean, it's not always the last thing I mention, to be honest. It's like there are all of these truths that I don't necessarily agree with, but they're just observations that I've made in my time longer as a viewer than a reactor. So I don't know, like you sometimes you have to be pragmatic and like accept that this is the reality of it. And so how do you want to conduct yourself in this space? Now, having said all of that, I'm still a small channel. I'm not making buku bucks. So maybe I haven't made enough money to like get weird. Okay. So if I start getting weird, it's because I become a rich bitch. I don't know. I just never want anything to be so serious. Like at the end of the day, we have to remind ourselves that we are online talking about girls doing ridiculous things. Like it's not that serious. It's never that serious. And when people turn it into their full-time job, it forces, in my opinion, I feel like it forces your brain to take it way more seriously. I feel like it loses some of the lightness and the jokiness of when it's just like a side thing. And I'm not saying that a side thing doesn't make you money or doesn't make you a good amount of money or that you're not professional, you're not considering audience, tone, all of that. I don't know. Just like, I'm just thinking within like the realistic capitalist system from which we operate. I feel like when it starts giving you a lot of money, coupled with you leave your regular job to do it full time, I feel like, I'll speak for myself. I feel like my brain would turn it into something very serious and I would start to over internalize everything. That I feel like that's how I would respond. And so I'm guessing that's how other people would respond too, because like now it's your bread and your butter. Now, if I don't put out a video, the mortgage is not getting paid. You know what I mean? Like if I'm not entertaining, if I'm not funny, if I speak about something controversial and people don't like it, like I can't talk about a certain thing in my video. Because if I do and people don't like it and it's slightly controversial, even though it's my authentic self, then people won't watch and then I can't pay the light bill. So I feel like when you put yourself in a position where that happens, it gets bad and you err on the side of like manipulating situations. I'm not saying that's what everyone does. I'm just like, I can see how that would easily happen. So obviously, like when I go to my day job, I'm not running my mouth talking about political things, whatever, because that job pays my bills. So like, I'm going to conduct myself in a certain way. Like, even if I'm tired, if I have a headache or a migraine, I'm going to smile, be professional, be courteous. When a coworker who annoys me says something annoying, I'm not going to clock her and say, you're a stupid ass irrelevant bitch and you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I'm the expert in this area. Let me handle it. That's what I want to say, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to be like, okay, well, thank you for that input. Right now, I'm not receiving feedback on that, but I'll keep it in mind. I'll jot it down in case it becomes relevant, and I will look at it when I look at it. That was barely even professional. Okay, no, like I promise I'm like not that sassy. But you guys get what I mean, right? Like you get what I mean. And I feel like maybe Rachel put herself in this situation. I don't know. I literally don't know anything about her personal life. I only just found out from watching Alex is Shook's live stream that she's married to a woman. I didn't know she was in a relationship. I didn't know she was lesbian. I literally didn't know anything about her personal life. She looked very young to me. I thought she was like 20, 21. I don't know. Not that a 20-year-old can't be married. I'm just saying, like, she looked very young. I had no idea. So I don't know, like, if this became her full-time job, if what happened. And I'm also not saying that just because it's your full-time job, you get weird. Like, I'm pretty sure Zachary Michael does YouTube full-time. And he's, like, very good at, like, the boundaries, saying what's on his mind, like, speaking his truth, like, all of that. And it's, like, his full-time gig. But he also like does Twitch and does other stuff. So I definitely think it depends on the person as well. I'm not trying to like paint like a broad stroke. I'm just thinking out loud and saying like these are boundaries, for example, that I have set up because I feel like if this becomes my full-time only solo gig, it would be hard for me to not overthink it. Because like this is gonna pay my Aldi haul. Like, how am I gonna go to Aldi? If there isn't drama, if I don't bring the tea, you know? Having said all of that, let's return to this. Oh, having said all of that, what's the point? She like her flirting to get the tea, that's like contrived. Like, why are you trying so hard? Like, you don't think I could do that with Salah and like bring him on and get a bunch of money? Like, I'm not trying to do that. Not because I don't want, like, if I could get $3,500 from a video, that would be so cute. Like, that would be so cute. Where would I go? I'd book a trip. Okay, I'm not, or no, I'd be responsible. I'd put an extra payment on the mortgage. I'd be responsible. But I'm just saying, like, do you not think like we would like that? Like, sure. But you have to like cost benefit, long-term benefit, being authentic to yourself, also not feeling gross and weird. And on top of that, you think from my day job, people are texting me outside of work? Like, no, like I don't want to be reachable. I literally only log on to X as it relates to my YouTube account. When I sit down here to film, I go on X usually right before or right after. That's it. I don't have the app on my phone. I'm not trying to do all of that. I need separation. So the fact that Emily was reachable to Rachel on her phone, like, imagine like, okay, like you've done the YouTube stuff. You're out hanging out with your like real life, real world friends. And then like Emily's texting you. Like, that's too close. That is way too close for comfort. It's overlapped in the same way that I don't want Becky from work. Her name's not actually Becky. I don't think I work with Becky. The same way that I don't want Becky from work contacting me on a Sunday afternoon. Why would I want Salah to contact me on a Sunday afternoon, or Emily? It's weird. Okay, so she flirted a little. Julia says, delicious cancer stick in an ashtray mouth, delicious. Rachel says, it got a bit uncomfortable, not gonna lie. I'm a big old flirt and she took the bait, but that's how I got the tea. So I don't really get when people say I'm a flirt. It's like, do you not have any control about how you conduct yourself? Like you know what you do that makes you a flirt. And this is kind of like an English phrase, right? Like a British thing, like I'm a flirt. I'm not gonna try to do a British accent, but I don't know. Like some people say that like, oh, everything I say comes off flirty. Like, no, you know what you're doing. Like, don't be a pick-me. You know what you're doing. And also even like fake flirting is like with Emily. Anyways. Jawbone says, it's okay to fancy Emily. Be honest with us. We listen. We don't judge. So even the person in the chat is suggesting, oh, you might have a little... No, I'm going to listen. I'm going to judge. Okay. First of all, like Emily, objectively not cute. Feeder, a cloud if she ever could be cute. Okay. Wants to lay underneath the pressure of like a 7,000-pound person's belly. That is disgusting and weird and wrong. Like, I'm sorry, what? Is attracted to Amberlynn. Weird. Runs to reaction channels to run her mouth and then goes back with Amberlynn Reed. Weirder. Does not have any custody of her child as far as I know. I guess this is alleged. I don't know. Maybe it was proven. Weird. Rachel says, I'll show you the smoking video tomorrow. Girl. Maybe not. Maybe not. That's weird. My God. Okay. Here's another message thread. Okay. Oh, this is where Hecticala gets into it. What if the Ankle, Jordy, Corinna, and Snowflake have their own Discord traders? I don't know. I can't speak on that. I have no idea. They don't. Haha. I can't stand Corinna, but I used to watch Corinna Kaboom like back in the day when she did like when she wasn't gorlworld, like before all of that, like when she did like makeup stuff, like way back in the day. Way. And then I just didn't watch her again after that. And then I did notice that like she would start doing Amberlynn stuff, but like I've never watched her. Nothing against her. I just don't watch her. Juniper says, same. Rachel says, it's not business, it's personal. Oh, okay. JK, but I don't like her. I can't stand the Ankle's voice. That one's also not personal. I don't know much about the Ankle, except I'm pretty sure he has like a stunning, beautiful, gorgeous Rottweiler, right? That he rescued. I keep tabs on the Rottweiler. I just like I also, to be real, I don't like watching a lot of reactions because if we're reacting to the same stuff, I don't want to accidentally hear what they're saying and then repeat it, because how can I not? So I did watch Alex Shook's live stream last night, which is why I'm doing this, and so I already heard his thoughts about this, but I'm not gonna not watch his live stream because I do usually watch his live stream every Sunday night, and I that's what I keep tabs on that, and I don't feel I already have my own thoughts about this, so I feel comfortable enough where I'm not overlapping or anything, but I don't usually watch other reactors also for that. The only people I really consistently watch, well, I used to watch a lot more Zachary Michael when he covered more girls, less so now, but I will pop into Twitch and Charlie Gold and Alex Shook on a regular basis. Everyone else I'll just kind of like dip into. That's because I really don't have that much time. So I don't know anything about the Ankle's voice, honestly. I can't in my mind. I was gonna say visualize, but you can't really visualize a sound. I can't hear his noise in my ear. I just know beautiful dog. I don't even know the dog's name, but it's like stunning. I love Rottweilers, so stunning dog. I'm pretty sure it's a Rottweiler. Okay. I have said before, like salary transparency. I came on, I showed you how much I made in my first 2 months of YouTube. So I don't think there's anything weird about that. I think it's good to talk about it. I was pleased with the feedback of that video. A lot of you guys were saying, oh, I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel and seeing how you were able to do it. And then the short turnaround making this money. And I'm like, yes, do it. Like, I encourage everyone, if you want to make a YouTube channel, like, please do it. Like, your voice, like your voice matters. I guess that sounds cringy, but like, I really mean it. Like, just like make a, don't let yourself censor yourself. Like, make the channel and then let the audience decide if they're going to watch you or not. Okay. Like, if people want to unsubscribe or like not subscribe to begin with, they won't. Don't like decide for the audience. Just try. I feel like the barrier to entry is pretty low. Just get a webcam, use this, and then do your thing. And then hopefully make money and then make a video about how much money you make. So I don't think there's anything weird talking about money. I think the way in which you discuss money, I don't think the fact that you speak about money is weird. I think the way in which you do it can be weird. And this I found to be weird, and I'll go into it. So this is the same Discord with the shady reactors. Not really shady. They're just chatting. Jawbone says, I'm genuinely considering reaching out to Emily. That kind of money would change my life. Obviously, there's another conversation happening that we're not privy to. Rachel says, I feel like if people knew, they would be a lot more understanding. Haha. I doubt it. I think those with the hump just like to have the hump. I don't know what that means. Is this person like British? Is that a British? I don't know. With the hump. Like my lovely lady lumps. My humps. I don't know what that means. Rachel says they will anyway when they see the donation. That video made 3.6K so far, so I'll be forced to out myself. Haha. By the way, this wording is weird because and I guess it is like in a way it's ubiquitous, but I wouldn't say it's normal. It's ubiquitous for people to conceal how much they make. In general, I wish people were more comfortable discussing how much they made. I feel like only the system benefits when people hide. I'm not saying like overshare and like come online and be like, this is how much was in my pay stub. But like, for example, in my field, I will tell my colleagues, like, this is how much I make. This is my degree. This is what I got in when I started. This is what I negotiated. This is what I wasn't able to. And I don't feel any type of way. Oftentimes people don't reciprocate. They don't share that with me. But like, you kind of have to be the change that you want to be. So, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Okay. Like, granted, I've never been a rich bitch. So maybe if I was rich, I'd have a different bitch. Maybe if I was rich, I would become part of the problem. But where I'm at, I feel like it's good to, within your sphere, okay, I'm not saying randomly go and overshare, but within your sphere, to talk about what your pay is, what you negotiated, because then you'll find out some people make less than you and they're more qualified than you, but they didn't negotiate, or vice versa. So her saying I'll be forced to out myself, it's like, obviously we know you make good money because your views are excellent. She makes like tens of thousands of views, and the views matter more than the subscribers. So like, you're doing good. And also, if people like you and you are genuine, then they're not going to hate on you for your money. Like, we hate on when Chantal comes and she's scamming for money because she's begging her audience to give her extra money, and then she comes on live stream high out of her mind. So like, that's going to make people feel some type of way. But you're not, as far as I know, Rachel, you've never solicited money from people. So like, you're getting ad revenue. Okay, so then that's fine. Or like memberships, which are optional for people. No tea, no shade. 3.6K on one video. Good for you. Like put that in your retirement account. I don't know how they have it set up in the UK, but I'm sure she's got it figured out. By the way, I'm not saying you are writing Emily's. Okay. Language. I'm just taking. Oh, are these people all British? English. Englishmen rise. I mean, not Englishmen. English people. English person rise. I'm just taking the piss out of what I'm just taking the piss. That's like a British phrase. We need like an English phraseology expert. I'm just taking the piss out of what Amber said. Okay. I mean, ironically, I do think that she was writing Emily's C word. I do. I hate to be crude, but I kind of do think she was. Like, to flirt with her? I simp for money. Literally. Did people think I was gonna get the best teen girl for months and now not have to get a bit muddy? You could have just chosen not to. Like, you could have just, like, your views are already excellent. Okay, your channel growth is great as far as I observe. You conduct yourself, aside the scandals, the way you conduct yourself, professional, collected, academic, peer-reviewed, likable, like pretty, like very beautiful. The background. Okay, look at my trash background. My webcam, my low-cost webcam. So like, there was a lot of great things going for her channel, and it's kind of ridiculous her willingness to throw it away because of this amount. I am not saying that $3,600 is not a lot. That is a ton of money. That could be like, someone said life-changing. That's a life-changing amount of money. 100% agree. But in the grand scheme of how much I assume her channel makes, probably every video is getting 2 to 3K. And if she puts out 15 videos a month, I mean, do the math on that. That's like good money. And so in the grand scheme of the development and growth of your channel, was all of this worth this? I don't know. Also, I simp for money. I just have a very different view in a relationship with money. And a lot of that for me is religiously informed. Like, the first thing I do when I get any amount of money, even from like my W-2 job, I set aside money for zakah, for like giving, because I'm obligated to religiously. And I'm not trying to like have that kind of relationship with money. I'm just not. Like, I'm very much a believer that you are a steward of your money. It's been given to you to oversee and to manage, if that makes sense. Like, I don't view the money that I have like mine. It's like my responsibility. So I try to correlate anxiety with getting more money, because to me that translates as I'm going to be more mindful and respectful of what I do with it, as opposed to, and that is like, that's just how I was raised. That was instilled in me. That's like what I was taught religiously. So that it could also be like cultural different upbringing. So I would never say I simp for money. I don't know, like something about that. But then again, like it's kind of like a group chat, right? Like in the group chat, you're just like kind of talking shit. So I can't judge her too much for that. But you could have. You didn't have to get muddy, is what I'm trying to say. Like, people were trying to compare this to Kai Bella, and I don't think that's fair, because Kai Bella was not already on this platform. She was just a viewer. She was like a private citizen, okay? She was a civilian trolling. And then she came online. I don't think she does reaction videos or anything like that. So, I mean, I feel like that's completely different. This, like, you already had an audience. When you already have an audience, especially at the size that you had, which was at the time almost 70,000 subscribers, especially because our content as reactors involves discussing the weird ethics, morality, and greediness and the scams of the girls. So we can't have a whole platform where we're doing that and then we are shady ourselves. I mean, we can, but then y'all will just be like, okay, you're cringy and you're fake, and we're not gonna watch. So okay, so continuation. Hecticana asks Rachel, so are you going to give the money to Beck? The comments were pretty overwhelmingly in favor of that. I know why she wouldn't give it to Beck. So I guess some backstory, which you might know if you're watching this video, you know, but Rachel offered Tommy money for an interview, for information to make a video about. She said, whatever this video makes, I will give you, Tommy. Emily. Emily was like, okay, cool. That is not ethical, okay? Not only is it not ethical, okay, you can say, I don't give a shit about ethics, okay? Let's say you don't give a shit if it's not even factored in. That information is not accurate because if I'm paid to give you tea, like at work, you're paying me to kick ass in the presentation. So I'm going to do everything I can to kick ass in the presentation because there's money on the line, okay? Like, if you don't pay me, I'm just gonna do the bare minimum. So like she's getting paid, Tommy is getting paid to give tea. And so it would not be crazy to assume that it's going to be exaggerated, full of lies, right? Like Emily, Tommy, and Amberlynn, they lie. We've already established that they lie. So like now money's involved. If it was like you are not getting any financial gain from this, if you would like to utilize my platform to get something across, okay, I'll do it because I'll get the views. Fine. Fine. That would have been the most guarantee or the best guarantee of accurate information when there is no money attached to it. But then you chose to do that. So of course, Emily's going to give you the tea. And not for nothing, Rachel, not that I'm defending Emily, but if you promised her the revenue, you knew how she was. You can't go around and be like, I'm not going to give you the money anymore. Emily, I'm not, because you chose to get back with Amberlynn. And I'm going to defend Emily. I will actually, in this case, defend Emily. Rachel, you made an agreement with Emily knowing how weird and shady and shitty she already was. You made a deal, you came online, you tried to convince the community to take Emily in and normalize a relationship with her, which is like, no, I don't care. No, I was never getting on that train. But you can't promise her one thing and then she does something you don't approve and you pull the rug under her. That's like shitty, okay? That's shitty and honestly that's greedy, and I guess you were planning on pocketing the money anyways and that gave you the perfect opportunity to do that. I don't think you should have even offered money to a feeder to begin with, but so long as in your paradigm you felt like that was acceptable, why did you then think it was acceptable to rescind that offer? Like, with what audacity do you rescind that offer? That shows that you don't have any kind of moral standing. As much morals as one can have in gorlworld, but I feel like when it comes to your audience, you should at least have some kind of moral compass relating to that, right? You would think. So then people were saying, okay, then give the money to Beck, which would make sense, but I knew from the get-go that she wouldn't want to do that because giving the money to Beck is not a 501c3 or whatever. Like, you can't get the tax write-off, as far as I'm aware, when you just give money to someone. Rachel says, I don't think so. To be honest, feels wrong. I can't explain why. What do you mean? You offered money to a feeder. What's wrong in this case? Feels wrong was thrown out of the window. But I can see how it's a huge FU to them both, so I can see the appeal. I don't know, like, even if I were Beck in this situation receiving this money, I would feel some type of way. Like, oh, you're just giving this to me to, like, screw over Amber, like, for your audience, for the hee-hees and the ha-has. Like, I don't know. I feel like this was rude and disrespectful towards Beck. Rachel then goes on to say, I might do a poll and then blame it on that. I don't know, but the poll would be Beck. So I've got time to think on it. If I do a charity, I can write off on my taxes. Ha ha ha. Listen, I'm not against writing off anything on your taxes, okay? There's nothing that's like an avenue that is created for a reason. It's not illegal. It's not unethical, whatever. You should do it. But it seems like what she was trying to say is she wanted to do a poll and she wanted people to shoot it down. She wanted it. This is my interpretation of this portion. She wanted it to look like people would vote no, would vote against giving the money to Beck so that she can keep it for herself. Because at this point, I don't believe it's getting donated. And then Rachel follows it up and says, but the poll would be Beck. Like, I do actually think that my audience would want me to give the money to Beck, which is, again, like, I feel like I'm being very confusing. I don't think Rachel wanted to give the money to Beck. I don't think she wanted to come out and say, I don't want to give the money to Beck. I think she wanted to put that on the audience to say, so that Rachel can be like, well, you guys told me not to give it to Beck. You voted against it. But in her heart, and that's what she says here, she knows that people would want her to give the money to Beck. I think the video made more money than Rachel was expecting, and that the money really, like, changed her perception of it. And so she, at that point, she's like, there's no way I'm giving this to a feeder. It's my channel. And that's fair. Like, I agree. It's your channel. You did the content. You shouldn't have even, like, it's you. Like, do it for you. Keep it for you. But the issue is that's not the deal that you made. So you took back your word. You weren't good on your word. Holly, I don't know who Holly is. Holly says, I think that's the best to BH. Rachel says it feels cleaner. girl, what are we talking about right now? We're talking about the whole thing. The whole platform is reacting to girls. Clean where, okay? Between the shitting up and down the hallway and the rag at the corner of the sink, where's the clean? Where's the clean? I don't understand why people even suggested it until I reread the statement a second time, but both from an accounts and the moral POV, I think a charity with a registered charity number is best. True, but at the same time, like, if you gave the money to Beck, I think you could easily prove it. Like, you can show a receipt, and I'm sure if you needed to, Beck would put out a community tab post and say, confirming that, you know, Rachel gave the money to me. I think giving it as, like, an FU to Amber Lynn is, like, that makes me uncomfortable, because when people are in the situation that Beck is in, like going through a lot of surgeries, and there's a lot of criticism I have of Beck in terms of like the codependency, all of that. And I put a part of that on Beck. I don't share a lot of the views that the consensus in the community is regarding Beck. I feel like I personally put more blame on Beck maybe than most people. And I still find this to be icky to give or to say that you're going to give Beck money under the pretense of like just throwing it in Amber's face. Like, if you've identified this is a person that's going through something tough, just do it. Okay, don't make a big show of it. When I did a donation in one of my videos, I didn't say I'm going to donate. I said I'm going to estimate what the video will make in views, and by the time you're watching the video, the donation's already gone through. Because then the viewer, there's no like feeling of like, maybe I have to do something, maybe I should give it a thumbs up, maybe I should engage. Like, no, it's already done. And I overestimated, and the video made like $20 less. But like, that's the thing with donating to a charity you chose. You're like, it's fine. Like, what you would be okay giving more than less, I would think. So I don't know. I would feel weird getting that money if I were Beck, because I'm like, I don't know. There's something disrespectful about it. And like, Beck is getting dragged into something that like they should not even have to worry about. It's also that part also is like ridiculous to me. Anyways, I didn't understand why people even suggested it until I reread. Okay, yeah, so registered charity number, like you can still prove it. Rachel says, I don't know why. Yeah, I lean this way also, but there's something satisfying and petty about giving it to Beck. Ha ha ha, I'll think about it. Girl, you just want that money for yourself. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The problem is you made an agreement and you backed out of it. So that's where I think it's wrong. So annoying. Honestly, like really annoying. Okay, then this is the last of the... Yeah, that's what I'm trying to put up. Cringe. This is what I titled them. Okay. This is the last of the screenshots of the Discord, which I got from Twitter. I'm not sure how they came to be. I think a lot of them I got from Charlie Gold's Discord. Definitely the next time Charlie Gold goes live to cover this, I'm definitely going to be tuning in because I feel like there's going to be more tea. So a continuation of that, Rachel, or Jawbone says to Rachel, I'm not suggesting you watch it as it's pointless, but Jordy has said that you offering to pay in exchange for tea is not a big deal and isn't sure what the fuss is about. So that should clear the air a bit for you. Fair play to him. Is it a big deal? I just think it's unethical and the information is going to be wrong and inaccurate because money's then involved. So knowing that Jordy has done that in the past makes me less inclined to watch him. Because it's like, then you're like creating the context for the drama to then react to. Like, that's like a huge conflict of interest. Like, you're like messing with the markets, you know what I mean? Like, you're manipulating the market. That's like insider trading or something, I don't know. Rachel says, love that from Jordy. Jawbone says, so you're not really being publicly hanged, drawn, or quarter diva, rest easy. Rachel says, if Jordy says all right, then I'm off the hook. Hee I'll wipe my tears with banknotes. The last statement is really obnoxious. If Chantal says something like this, I would drag her ass. I mean, if this is the kind of relationship you want to have with money, like just on a personal level, you do you, But this is like lol cow. This reading this, it was just like, okay, solidified lol cow behavior. Not only were you like flirting with a feeder, were you paying her, then you didn't want to pay her, then you want to keep the money, then you didn't want to give it to Beck, and then you were talking disrespectfully about Beck. I'll wipe my tears with the banknotes. This is something Amberlynn would say. Okay, that's fine. And you know what? I don't care. If that's what you want to do, if that's the kind of relationship you want to have with your channel, with your audience, with money, as just a concept, then what am I gonna do? You know, like, I don't care. But also, it's just cringy, and it's Amberlynn coded. It's Amberlynn coded. And like, mind you, Amberlynn has been so smug lately, and this is like fuel for the smugness. So ridiculous. Okay. What's next on the roster? Okay, then she starts coming for other reactors. So I guess someone messages her, and like once these are leaked, what I just showed you, it was leaked. By who? Unknown, forthcoming, we'll probably find out. People are like addressing it to her and being like, what's going on? So someone is talking to her like, and you, Fortune, reacting to their, to give Beck money when they need it and have made the community, and you, a Fortune, reacting to their content. Rachel says, this was said before I decided to give it to Beck. Charlie Gold needs to learn to read a date. Here's the thing, you don't come for Charlie Gold in this community, because Charlie Gold is a preservationist, is an archivist, okay? Like, has that shit cataloged, dated, timestamped, screen recorded, screenshotted. Like, you do not want to get dragged by Charlie Gold, because you just don't, because like, you won't be able to handle it, because like the receipts will be receipted, they will be there. So I feel like the tone was not necessary, because you think you're gonna speak about a reactor in this way and not have other reactors now comfort you. Like, look, I'm making this whole ass video. I'm not saying I'm making this whole ass video because of what she said about Charlie Gold. Like, but like, you talk in this way, then don't be shocked when people talk some kind of type of way about you. That's what we always say about the girls. Like, they put it up on the internet, and so it's fair game. So then we are not an exception to that, okay? Now the person says, girl, that doesn't matter. Are you serious? You're an intelligent woman. Surely you can see why this is still an issue. Your attitude in these messages are disgusting. You really don't care, do you? Such a shame. I don't know that I would say her attitude was disgusting. It was just like, she's just like not reliable to me now. Like, she is not as like peer-reviewed academic as I thought she was. And so why would I go seek out her content? So Rachel responds and says, context matters. I came the right decision in the end, smiley face, which is passive aggressive. Ask Charlie why she isn't sharing the real interesting stuff in that Discord. I don't know. This is like giving what Amberlynn does, right? Like, drop something, like a hint of something, and then doesn't say anything. Like, what is this accomplishing? You mentioned Charlie twice. Okay. The person says, I don't think we're going to agree, which is fine. My real issue is, yes, you keep coming to the right decision in the end, but it doesn't feel like the intention is pure or right or kind 100%. It's coming across very mean, girl, and I really never get that vibe from you. So it's just disappointing that but maybe that's me expecting too much and being parasocial. I hope you address this in a video with content if that really does change things, but it's your choice. I don't think it's parasocial. I think that when a person presents himself in a way and you get used to it in that way, to continue to expect that same behavior, that's not the definition of parasocial to me. I keep on running my mouth here about like certain things, and if I came online the next time and I was like, you guys, I'm starting a GoFundMe because you guys have to pay something for me, you'd be like, girl, what the hell? Like, you are always coming on here running your mouth about how Chantal does a GoFundMe, like, just manage your money better. So like, that's not parasocial, that's just you clocking me based off what I said. So Rachel comes on her channel, talks about all the unethical, impure, like not impure, but like unkind, not from like a good place thing that Amberlynn does. And now she's doing something very similar. You don't think you're gonna get called out for that? You really don't? And this is not her first blunder. This is like 3 strikes and you're out. This is her 3rd blunder. As far as I'm aware from like the Twitter community X, that's what people are saying. It's her 3rd one. Amberlynn Reed related. So like, obviously you need to work on your judgment, because your judgment seems to be poor. Mind you, what video does she put up? Do you think Rachel has addressed this as of yet? No, she put up another video while all the drama like unfolding. Like a glitter and lasers like clothing thing, like reacting to glitter and lasers outfits. Like what? That's something Amberlynn Reid would do, in my opinion. In my opinion, that's just something Amberlynn Reid would do. Okay. Okay, here we have. This is from, you can see this person's ex. I'm just zooming in. I'm not trying to like not give them credit. I just want to zoom in because the text is pretty small. Okay. It's going to go over my face, but who needs to see me right now? Okay. Do you care to comment on these, Rachel? If I was you, I'd make a video explaining these. I'd love a reasonable explanation on why you think it's wrong to give Beck money when they need it and have made the comedian you a fortune. Okay, so this is kind of like before what I read, the starting part. And she goes on, context matters. Okay, this is pretty much the same thing. Okay, sorry, this was a repetition. It does seem like she doesn't care, honestly. It does actually seem like she does not give a shit. That Rachel does not care. Which, I don't know, I think at some point she will have to address it. Okay. This is from Tommy. I believe this is a message from Tommy to Rachel. Yep, on Instagram. And here, I'll show the proof. Provoked. That's her Instagram handle. I'm still here. I'm just like reading. Okay. Tommy writes to Rachel. Rachel, I need to be very clear about how wrong this is. I shared my personal story and details with you under the agreement that I would be compensated. Okay, fair. That was part of the understanding from the start, and you assured me multiple times I would be. I also made it clear that without that agreement, it would not be worth it. So for me to share something so personal and painful. You went forward, used my story publicly, and then decided after the video was posted to take that agreement back. That is not acceptable. You should private information about me under a false sense of trust and benefit. This is not about speculation or donations. It's about ethics and respect. You profited from my vulnerability and are now trying to frame it as something else. I'm asking you to take accountability and make this right. Mind you, this person blocked her, or she blocked her. I don't know. It's clear that you are worried about how this might affect your image and reputation if people found out you paid me, but what would actually look worse than agreeing to pay me and then blah, blah. And it says you're blocked. Okay. I agree with Tommy 100%. Like, I agree with her. It's shitty. It's shady. But, like, there's going to be no recourse. They live in 2 different countries. There's, like, no lawsuit going to be had. I'm pretty sure there was never a written agreement. Like, it's not going to be worth pursuing legally if you could. Which technically I guess you could, but just how you're going to get, like, an international lawyer. I don't know. But, yeah, it is shady and it's weird, but, like, both parties are weird. So when all the parties are weird and everyone is being shady, then everyone's weird, and I end up, like, not feeling bad for anyone because everyone was weird to begin with. Now, let's go to Rachel React. Let's go to her channel and see what she does. I'm coming at you right now on Monday night. As of Monday evening, as of now, there's nothing. Oh, wait, she put something up 33 minutes ago exposing... Ugh. Well, am I even going to watch this? I don't know. I don't even... You've lost... From my opinion... There's no credibility. I don't know that you showing us more videos, more screenshots on your platform to get more money to then speak about in that way is going to do anything for me. I'm not going to watch it. Personally, I'm not going to watch her video. I'm not interested. If Charlie Gold or Alex Ashok covers it, I will watch it then. I mean, if you guys want me to react to it, I could do it like a members only, maybe. I don't know. I'm just not going to watch it for myself. If I do come here and watch it, it'll be for you guys. Like, I'm not interested in doing that. Now, mind you, it's been a field day for Amberlynn. She's been loving this. She's been smug. She's been putting out... She came on live stream, Amberlynn, and said that just was coming for Rachel's looks. It's like, girl, there's so many other things that we can comment about Rachel and her borderline scam adjacent behavior other than her looks. Like, also, Amberlynn, please don't talk about anyone's looks. Anyways, that's kind of my thoughts on the whole thing. The whole thing is weird. The whole thing is shady. As far as I'm concerned, credibility down the drain. Now Rachel's in the position to do like damage control, which is like, don't get yourself in the situation to begin with, especially because this is not your first time. And her audience has been forgiving. So I don't know what is going to happen with her channel from here. I don't know what's going to happen to her audience. Honestly, probably nothing because people have a short-term memory, so it'll probably be fine. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit giving Young Dumb Honey Bun, going in that direction. Hopefully not, because Young Dumb Honey Bun was like pretty terrible by the end of it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts about this whole thing, everything to do with Rachel, everything that was leaked. And thank you so much for watching, for sticking around for an hour, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!